Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final phase of round 32. I'm going to cover PurpleChest versus Jeffaze now, if I can find all the games. And this one is Skaven, which is Jeffaze, versus PurpleChest playing as the Dark Elves. Unfortunately, the server is just lagging a touch, so we'll be diving in as soon as I can actually get into the game. There we go. Right, we're in. And I need to be able to see YouTube. I need to be able to see YouTube. I need to be able to see chat. Right. Okay. So, PurpleChest playing in the pink on the top of your screen. And the Skaven being coached by Jeffaze playing on the bottom of the screen. We've seen a couple of Skaven already this so far, but this is basically the same build actually. We'll just quickly introduce the two teams. So we've got a Rat Ogre with Juggernaut, a Leader Thrower, 3 Gutter Runners with skills, 1 without, a Tackle and a Guard, Block, Wrestle and Strip Ball, all very standard stuff. PurpleChest likes a very aggressive build, so this will typically be an 11-man build with 3 rerolls and a leader. So he's got 5 players that do a lot of work, a bit of ablative armor, and then this is a leader caddy to give him even more go juice when the time is ready. I often think that Skaven Dark Elves is a fun matchup, and I quite like it in both directions. Right, if the Dark Elves can control the Rat Ogre, then what you can get done is you can start picking on the Skaven, and they do tend to go pop. If, unfortunately, the Rat Ogre runs riot, then you're getting to punch with Mighty Blow every turn, and all of a sudden you can go down players real fast. So it is an odd one. Sorry, I think it's a balanced one in my head. And the Skaven ideally want to avoid the Rat Ogre getting any form of punishment at any point. So we've already got basically a saved Rat Ogre because of this guy. And the Dark Elves are going to have to blitz one of these two. So we'll see which one PC goes for. Goes for the Straggler. Or goes for the slightly more higher armor value. I like the idea of a Straggler myself. Good evening, Tonut. Top 3 this year, Andy. Maybe Dave, yes. Hello, Dark Fairy. Nice to have you with us. How is the little one? Oh, that's a 4+ dodge, that. That is a dirty 4+ dodge. Right. There. I was about to say that the Skaven have got themselves a choice. It looks like they've already made it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're going to blitz the blodging blitzers, and they're going to commit to trying to nail stuff. This is always interesting as to whether or not you want to go for these guys, because if you can get rid of them, then of course it's a humongous advantage. You've got about a 50% chance of rolling a power on 3 dice, so it's not insane. Is the ball safe? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't think that ball is safe, you know. It's not. It's very not. Good evening, Tree. Didn't realize Crystal was from Netherlands. Chunter, yeah, he's done. Greetings, chat, and the Spaniard known as Andy Devo. Jay Bentley, I am not Spanish. I am. Well, I'm just not. Am I French? Also, no. I'm not cool enough to be French. So the Dark Elves starting to apply pressure to the situation, which is nice.
Hookah, hookah lord, hookah, hookah lord.
Hookle or just subscribed for 43 months.
Stream title, Andy. Oh, well, I tried. Oh, yeah, yeah. We should do something about the stream title. Yeah, good idea. There we go. Done. Thank you. So I like what Jeff is doing here. He's really applying thumbscrew based pressure to the Dark Elves, and the Dark Elves have decided they're going to sit back, which is, I think, unlike PC. And normally he chooses to, you know, pile in straight away, and use that, you know, use that advantage. But what Jeff is managing to do very nicely is the blitzers are staying near, specifically the guard blitzer is staying near the Rat Ogre, and that means that you punching the Rat Ogre is nigh on impossible. What Jeff hasn't done though, and this is where I think the Dark Elves have now got their foot in the door, is that we've got a few little ratties based. So we'll see the dodge away from the Witch Elf at the very end. Mildly surprised that he hasn't moved this guy first to protect the Witch Elf. Make a nice V shape. I guess what he's thinking here is that he doesn't want to. The Dark Elves are not likely to pile that in. Broadsword Wargaming, legendary.
Broadsword Wargaming just subscribed for 42 months.
It did indeed. Broadsword Wargaming has indeed resubscribed for 42 months. Thank you very much indeed. Haha, why am I being clipped? Why? Right, so this is the first turn I think the Dark Elves might actually apply. Oh, maybe not. I was about to say they'll apply some meaningful pressure, but I don't think they will. Let's just check that this doesn't give you an in, does it? So let's say we fill those two squares in, we bounce there. Because we've already filled that square in, can we fill in this square? We could then bounce this guy here, which would then push that out of the way. Nah, it's not enough, is it? It's a lot of effort for not enough, but it's always nice to look. So for me, what I think I'd be targeting down here is with one of the Witch Elves. Let's go and mob-handedly mark out his tackle piece while maintaining some sort of defensive screen around here, and then this guy's going to be able to dig himself out. So it's the 2D there, and then we're going to blitz this guy. I think that makes a lot of sense. Broadsword, thank you very much indeed for 42 months. You devilishly wonderful human, you. Oh, he's going for a mildly different line of play, where he's going to try and pick on the guard piece. Nice, I like it. And that gives him a D on the ball. Sorry, a D on the Rat Ogre as well. Although he hasn't got any block. So I thought he would use the Witch Elf there. This is fine. It's now the Agi 3 piece with tackle is now not basing a blodge piece, which is nice. Skaven don't care about where they are, they just do need to work a way of getting through. Blitz is now here. This is where if you double mark this guy doesn't get to run off next turn. Currently a 4+ dodge in. PC will be taking that on. Right. So this guy stood up, and then we've got a box here. Which let's say we go and put pressure on the box. So we put that in there. We can then bounce this guy into here. If we fill that in, that goes down on a 2D block. But perhaps, can we do anything else? Because that's in itself, it's all very clever, but it doesn't actually give me anything that I can use. unless I bounce this guy to here, if we get a push, we fill these 2 squares in, then this block pushes him here. But then I can't use this to push him in there. It's not going to work. It's all very clever, but it doesn't do anything for me. So I think we probably... there's no point taking the extra hit. I think we just deal with these 2, and then we are probably a little bit too far away from taking on the 4+ at this stage. So deal with the rats on the line and blitz this guy. Let's see what he does. But what I think is really interesting already is that the Dark Elves are able to start fashioning a lot of these half chances, right? There's not been one where I'm like, oh, we should definitely do that yet. But if PC keeps fashioning these half positional chances, we really could see him do something clever in just a moment. He's left his Witch Elf exposed. Also not doing anything clever is an option. Hello. I like it. PC, I think, I don't know if when you were playing this, you were like, yes, I shall do this. Or like, no, Davo, you fucking idiot. Absolutely not. But it is interesting talking about like what could be, because this is like, I think my 7th cast that I've done, and only in about 2 of them, possibly 3, have I wanted to pause the game a couple of times and go, oh, there's that. Oh, there's that. And I think that means that the game is being played at a high standard, and it's like fundamentally it's an interesting game. Because again, what we've got is a base set of units right near a cage. It's probably, again, a little bit too far away, which maybe this time the Skaven have done deliberately. But I do think it's interesting. I could have respected the double Cup winner and double Eurobowl winner less and played my game more and more aggressive. Well, I don't know how much of the commentary you've already heard, but I said, PC, your build is, and this is because you played them at a very high octane, you're a very aggressive player with them. You only just got here. If you wind it back to the start of the VOD, I introduce the 2 teams and I say your build is going to be predictably 11 men, 4 rerolls, because you play them in a very high aggressive manner. So it's almost been slightly surprising to not see you do it in that way. But oh well. Let's continue. So the Rat Ogre again will get dealt with by a block piece, and at this point, that's a shame. Doesn't get dealt with by a block piece. He wants the block pieces for something else, something larger. Oh, gross. And snakes it. Right, okay, so this is sadly a Skaven score. I say sadly, it's a Skaven score. Maybe the Skaven are fucking delighted about it. Who knows? No, this is game 1, unless I've messed up the replay order. But given this is 2. Oh, okay. I'll do 1 first. Next. Right, I got into leader. No armor break. He'll fix it for YouTube. He won't fix it for YouTube. So the dead leader, kaboom. Now, knowing as the Dark Elves that you can't score. Sorry, knowing as the Dark Elves, knowing that you can't stop the score now, and that 1 turn for the Skaven is such a big problem on T16. We've chipped 1. It seems to make an awful lot of sense to continually focus fire the Rat Ogre now. No break. And we'll be saving the reroll almost certainly for any form of one turn. Interesting that you've not piled... oh, you are going for the ball. Right, okay. Didn't think that was on. So, forcing some sort of dodge rolls. He's got your ball. I think he'd argue it was his ball. He did start with it after all. Mate, you sound like my dog. That's mine. I should, of course, clarify that the dog doesn't tell me it's mine. It just barks and woofs and stuff. So, right, congratulations, Jeff. You've scored. Dark Elves now without a reroll, but still with full 11 players and a medical staff. There's a choice here that they go for the one turn and potentially have it all go wrong, or do they not go for the one turn and just try and play whack-a-mole? One turning with his 11 Dark Elves is possible, but really bloody difficult. He's not going for it, Chewie. He's going for it. Ooh. Oh, boo. Hang on. Pause. Don't you get rid of my screen. You get. Right, so now we know that this fails, but let's look at this. So block, that pushes it there, that pushes it there. That line rat is now stood there. So that's your next one. Does this square cause you a problem in the end? Does this square cause you a problem? So we got there, we've got there. No, because you're pushing this way, aren't you? So it's those three squares. So you can go and fill those two in, and you then force the blitz to there. Yeah, very nice. Very good. Yeah, it requires a lot of pushes. Yeah, because you're basing all that on that one player. So it's 55 because you need a push, then another 55, then another 55. So we're coin flips with literally edge cases.
Aurora Borealis. At this time of year, at this time of day, in this part of the country, localized entirely within your kitchen.
Yes.
Can probably get two of them to be 3Ds. Yeah, probably. So I think the second and third ones almost certainly are 3D actually move, yeah. Yeah, you're quite right. Oh dear. However, perfect anti-turn, anti-blitzy thing. We are looking at 3s to get through. He's allowed to move 4 players. So had he set up anything else, this could have been curtains. I think the Ratto is going to get punished for being inserted. Now, quick question. Given that the ball is on the floor, yeah, given that the ball is on the floor, is it worth going and fetching it before doing anything else? That's got to be Apo. Hello. Brought the ball for me. So there's a dog that's just knocked on the door and then brought me its ball and said, "Throw the ball for me, Daddy. Throw the ball." He doesn't clearly understand about YouTube. Anyhow. Wasn't it a she? Yeah, it's still a she. Why don't we have a Bella remote? I don't know. Right, so Dark Elves. I know this is out of sequence, so we don't know what happened in match 1, but the Dark Elves currently look like they're playing for a draw. That's a gutter and a dead, and almost certainly, unless they need to push for the win here, probably play this out for the draw, because the Dark Elves probably need to win this game, this matchup on defense, and they're going to want to do that when it is the standard time, not in gambling out a loss. So will the Rat Ogre get lifted back inside? No. This is impossible to hit. So we're not going to see a 2D on the Rat Ogre. Let's watch this drive from the Dark Elf perspective. So they do need to do something. If they go away from the Rat Ogre, potentially it makes their life easier to blitz. Easy to progress. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. PC, I'm just going to... This is an observation, and this is not a critical observation, but it is an observation, which is that you play your Witch Elves a lot more aggressively than I choose to play them. Like, I would never put that one out like that, because I'd be terrified of it getting splatted. And you're a lot less bothered about this. But Max says, have you seen that the Welsh Nationals tour players up? I have not. That is very cool. What did he go for in a rule set in the end? 11.50 and 6. $11.50 and 7. Really? Wow. Okay. Now that's I think the Skaven there have given away a bit too much position, in my view, going for the foul on the Witch Elf. Go and see Mummy with your ball. Go on. Chain pushing the Witch Elf out smart, because it means a lot of players have got to move before any form of dirty fouling takes place. And given that PC can probably afford to lose a couple of players now, facing the tackle blitzer isn't the end of the universe. This is awful from me. What? I mean, it's not what I would have done. Uh-oh.
I can do this all day.
Thankfully, there's a gap so that he doesn't get chain bounced into the stripper. But if the Skaven now just bomb in, unpicking this is going to be a little bit tricksy. So, is that, yeah. Right. First turn, we've really got to pause from the Skaven perspective because they've actually asked PC a question here. So, we don't want to move these two players because they're based. We are sat on 3 reels, so it's not the end of the world if we have to move on, but we won't. This isn't a turn opener. We have got the Witch Elf here, so she could come in here. Once we've done that, we would then be able to take a 2 dice block with block, and at that point we then have 3 unopposed assists, and then the Witch Elf could then swing through and deal with said Rattus. I think that's probably my turn opening. And that lets you then reform. You won't have used enough of the players so that you can then, excuse me, you can reform a decent cage. We've also not blitzed, and we might be able to make a cage here, given that we've just placed a cage corner here. If this is a knockdown, this cage corner is useful to us. So let's see how he solves this. There's about 20 different ways of trying to solve this. In fact, he goes for an entirely different line. That's smart, because actually that gives you... Wait, what? That is interesting. Another set of poor decisions here. Fortunate armor break, because that does mean the Witch Elf can now blitz over the Gutter Runner. Yeah. This needs, it doesn't need to be a POW. Why have you got, you've got purple things on your nose, you naughty dog. All right, I've got to take the dog downstairs. She is obsessed with playing ball. So I'll be back in just 1 second. And I am going to quickly pause this so I don't miss any of the action myself. Back in just 1 second. He is now going to have to blitz with a mummy next turn. Or he's not blitzing with Mighty Blow. And that is problematic. Ooh. Nice shiny green dice there. From the World Champion. Maybe they are World Champion dice, who knows. So at the moment, given that we are basically looking for attritional damage, I'm not going to pause it, but very quickly, I think I'll be blitzing here. This guy goes here, this guy goes here, and that's my blitz. And then the other mummy could step in here, and you could stick the guard white in here, right? So you end up with 2 pieces here. Plo not doing any of that. What? What the hell was that? Nothing, Andy. Please continue. All right. So again, Witch Elf, Witch Elf exposure level reasonably high. Blitz here. Go and take all the space. Be miles away from the Rat Ogre. Not have to worry about Rat Ogre again for the rest of game. Wait, what? Wait a second. Wait just a second. Right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can get to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like, I'm very surprised you're not in here, given that we can click the Rat Ogre, and at that point, if we stood here, the Rat Ogre is cage, air gap. by being where you're suggesting, we're inviting Roger. Like Star Wars as another. Luke! Luke! Important here to put this in because it makes this a... So this is a 6+. Are we blitzing? There's stripper. Nice. Okay. Yeah. I wonder if you could have had another people in here. So, not necessarily suggesting that the leader goes and stands there, but could we have put one of these people, like put the leader there maybe and put the line elf here to have more to stop Skaven just being annoying, maybe. But this is almost suggestive of the Skaven going, nah, I'm done. They're not defending the space, so the Dark Elves can go and stand on the sweet square. You're going to get chained into the end zone. You're going to get chained into the end zone. You just have to eat that. No, no eating. There will be no eating here. Wait, what? Wait. PC, why? Why? Oh, I suppose, yeah, because if you score on your 15, it becomes your 16, then you get 1 turn. All right, fine. Then I only get the 2 turn. Errata. And you know you can nearly score for free, because unless the tickle guy comes in here and bases your ball, you can score without a dice roll. And he's not trying to do that. He's trying to take damage. So, in the ball goes. And the Dark Elves, Jeff needs to find himself a 1 turn. The Dark Elves still rocking a full 11. And interestingly, PC is deciding to go for a backline with a spread Loz. So you're guaranteeing the 4+, 3+, 2+, 4-3-2 for the Gut Runner. As long as he can find the 2 chains. I don't think that's right. Got the first one, I suppose, because you filled that in. Well, that's now an extra push. Then you got your second one. So now you got your first actual push. Fine. But he's got the gutter in range. And if he fills in there, he can bounce this away. And now the gutter is in range. And you can take the extra square, I suppose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2. Little dirty ratties. Congratulations to Jeff. And that takes the first game of this set, don't think it's the second, it's the first, to a 2-1 win for the Skaven. So we're now going to watch the second game. Be right back. I'm just going to load up the replay. that you can't see. Don't want to give away the score. And here we go. Right, diving into the other one of these games. Right, so game 2 of the Skaven versus Dark Elf extravaganza. And the Dark Elves are receiving. So they need to get their drive done, avoid the 1 turn, and then they can try and get the game won in the second half. So at this point, if the Dark Elves fail to win, they're out, and PC is going home. Is this a dirty serve? Is this a dirty serve? Oh, this is glorious. This, sir, is a dirty serve. Love it. And I think the Witch Elf's blitzing. Keep her away from the sideline. But again, the Witch Elf, the front Witch Elf is rather exposed. Oh, I'm so excited. I love it. I love it. Boo. Ah, it's a surf. That's an honorary surf where the game says, so you have attempted the 4-square surf. If indeed you have to take a POW on the 3rd square, it is a guaranteed kill. So.
No, I love
Nicely done.
I do, genuinely.
I don't know about later, Cauliflower. Well, that was very good. Spoiler, says on the way again. No. Oh, Witch Elf has been taken down. Not fouled yet. So do the Dark Elves now take the space, knowing that they just have to score on 8 turns? They could just run away from the Rat Ogre here, which is exactly what is happening. And they should be careful of the stripper. Oh, no, one of my hands is here. Look, just for relevance, I've got one here. And I think it's important that we acknowledge where's the blitz? The Rat Ogre needs to come and join the pack because the pack are going to run over here next. And if he lets the... Yeah, there we go. Oh, no. Well, much like the first game, one unfortunate double skulls or snake has rather gone and hosed things down. Right, Ogre's pushed even further away. I did wonder if you were looking at the surf for a second, but I think it's probably an overcommitment to get there. I always like to look for the surf. No, I like the marginalised Roger. He needs that. He needs that for the one turn. Not as much as the Roger, but he does need it. So can the Skaven? They've got it almost. I think they've got a blitz here. So he's creating a T-shape to make sure that he can control the story arc of what happens next. And I think he's really going for damage, because against 11 Skaven, sorry, against 11 Dark Elves, if you can get a bit of damage in, it makes the one turn so much easier. Surprised you've not gone for the extra hit, but maybe not. So you should be 3-dicing this, and I would start, if I was the Skaven, I would start pressurizing here, because then you can bring back and you can start to apply some pressure. Because at the moment, this play is very much just, it's entirely focused around chipping a Dark Elf or two, which just seems a little bit too dice focused. Oh dear. What's for foul? With an apothecary still? Argue the cool, awful skill. So Skaven won't do that again because he's had a player sent off and a KO. Sorry, and a dead one. The Dark Elves. I think you could take all of the space if you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like, if you're up here, the Rat Ogre can't just suddenly blitz towards you. This looks less bad than it is because this guy's in the way. Both of you roll pretty shit block dice. Skaven seem to have no interest in playing Blood Bowl. No interest in playing Blood Bowl, huh? But you see, I think this is an incredibly different line of play that I am surprised. Genuinely, I'm surprised by it. That's good. Picking on what is arguably the most problematic threat, although interestingly, not on your off defense, but it is a good player to target. Pushes this guy out. And if he wants to jam in here, they're not standing next to the Witch Elf. Gets her on the third go. I don't think that was a sending off. Nope. Yeah, so you're completely safe. So we now know that Dark Elves are scoring their offense. The question is, can this Skaven do any chip damage whatsoever to make the defense a little bit harder. Interesting that he's allowed that because he doesn't want to go players down. And I think... Wowie. Almost certainly this is just walk it in and score. Yeah. There was an argument for stand this guy up to cancel the assist, put this guy in and blitz, but given... Oh, he's going to go for the gutter runner. He's not going to go for that. Okay, so you're taking a hit. Probably not unreasonable. Right, Skaven up to 11. Dark Elves now defending a 1 turn. Again, going for the column defense. Sorry, the back line. Skip it forward a little bit. Can they find it? With a full 11 players, this is a lot easier. But bizarrely, not choosing to blitz with the... Oh, no. From a Dark Elf perspective, is that not the worst possible kickoff result?
These people have lives, Wayne.
Wowie. Backline and a prayer. Really? He thinks that? So now that there's 2 turn here, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And if the Skaven can set up like here, I don't like this. Because if this goes wrong, you'll feel sad. And this is into 2D. So I think as he's got a reroll, I'd have blitzed here. I did not blitz with the Rat Ogre. This is a lot of line blocks. There's only 2 scoring threats in.
Moisture is the essence of wetness, and wetness is the essence of beauty.
Wait a second, where's the ball going? Three plus for 2D on the ball. The gut runners are incredibly fast. Come in here. Woohoo! Yeah. Where's the stripper? He's there. Yeah, nice. I think that's important because it's not that tricky to negotiate. Pause. Was there an option to go the other way and push? I think there was. I'm just going to wind that back a sec. So we know we've got that action there. The guard piece can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Right. Let's just say for a second it's in there. We'll have to do some dirty blocking here. Fine. And then this guy could come in. This guy could come in. At that point, you've got 2D there. That pushes that there. That pushes that out of the way. Then you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe it's using a lot of stuff, isn't it? No, never mind. It's using a lot of stuff. The chance to chain is why she moved. Yeah, yes, there was definitely chain pushing there. Four plus for 2D uphill. Skaven can't find the push. So overall, I guess that's gone really well, right? We had a timeout, which was a real problem, and then we had a power and a ball carrier to recover it. So the Dark Elves are now winning. So they've lost the first one. They're currently winning the second one.
Brand new banger.
To force an overtime game, they must get a
Chameleon12 just
another game. Oh my life. Elliot Gamer, thank you very much indeed for the raid. Welcome. You are tuned into, as you're probably aware, as you got the intro. This is the Blood Bowl 3 World Championships, which we have every year at the moment, and this is for an $8,000 prize pool, which is pretty impressive, right? So we don't know for sure that we won next year. We're still doing this one, but given that it'll be Warhammer Blood Bowl being released Q1 or 2 probably next year, now is a good time to play Blood Bowl. Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah.
No! God, please, no!
And we are into the final 32. Final 32 players. Just while we watch this play through, I'll just flag up for you all. This is where we're at final stage, and these are the ones that have qualified so far. And that big red arrow, because I'm super technical, is the game that we're watching right now. Yes. Does Total War? I know you guys are a Total War streamer. Does Total War have anything like this?
Cluster_Fuchs just subscribed for 24 months.
There we go. Thank you, Cluster Fox. Happy 2 years. Do it, Andy. Read out that message. I'd rather be lucky than good. I'm working on getting good one day. Problem is now I'm so old, I forget stuff. So I have to keep learning and possibly still go backwards. There you go. Now, I don't like reading every message out, but there you go. Just as you asked. Mi amigo Andre. Mi amigo's friend, right? I understand that. I don't understand Casterere. I'm not sure that. So mi amigo's friend. Andre is world champion. And Yo is hello. And Laz me no. Well, I wish I could speak other languages. I just sound slightly silly. Oh, to cast. Oh, nice. Oh, awesome. So you guys are well aware of the World Cup then? The World Championships. Sparkling. Sparkling spectacular. So we're watching. Andre's at the top end of the group, as you're probably aware. This is the game at the very bottom of the draw. And also the opposite end of the draw that I'm sat in. So, in fact, the only way I could play one of these two coaches is we both get to the final. Or the semi-final, like losing finalist. So, ball now is being transported across magically to a gutter runner. Jeffaze, dirty looker dog, is arguing the call. And the Dark Elves must not lose. So it'll be interesting to see if the strategy here remains the same as it was last time, which is lots of hiccups and a little bit of pressure. And the Skaven are also seemingly playing for the draw. Good evening. Smug. No, L-Plate, you misunderstand, L-Plate. What I said was the draw is that there's 32 players. I'm in the top half of the draw, and PurpleChest is in the bottom half of the draw. There is no relevance in terms of player skill or anything else. No, I understood. I know you're just being awkward and difficult, aren't you? Aren't you? Difficult and awkward. Yes. The Spanish streamers don't have to deal with this nonsense, you know. Their chat are nice, friendly, well-mannered. Just pointing out your smugness. There is no smugness here. There is just raw ability and talent. That's because the Spanish are nice. Yes, indeed. PC going for full insta pressure here. Well, maybe not full. It's some pressure. Skaven not buying it for 1 second. That could have been an interesting one in that ball is unsafe. Presume he's going for the Witch Elf.
The champ is here.
Hello, Timmy. Yeah, half man's never the right level of man. No, you either have to go all men or no men. But some men is not enough men. You're either in or you're out. Jeff also appreciating and understanding the concept here of making the dodges here and here a bit harder. But, and here might be their undoing. The Witch Elf dodges on a 3, fine. PurpleChest is sat on 4 rerolls, and I think this might be the turn. He goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because this is 2D, 2D if this guy stands up. And this is 4 dice on the ball on a 5+. The 5+ is a coin flip. We can cancel out these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can split that then there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is very attackable here. I'd be surprised if we don't see something. Having seen how PC plays, this is the turn. This is like saying to Chunter, do you want a cage dive? It's like, yeah, I do. What? 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 I'm never leaving. 4 2+ to cancel it. It wasn't even 4 2+. There was a line elf here, just goes and stands there, and you can walk someone around there. You stand that one up and you're in. I am stunned, knowing you as a player. I just couldn't leave that on against you, because you take it, or I would be aware that you would take it. Too much Jeff respect. Can I say that if you have got through this, that if in the next round you play with less respect to your opponents and play more your game? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, you're not going for it again. That one's fine, because I think you get your Witch Elf into too much muddle. That's okay. And you're going to want to go and rescue. You want to go and rescue these guys ASAP. There's no blocking here. The Skaven are likely to want to swap, so you probably don't want to put everyone. We need to. I want to touch these. Although I think the Witch Elf is going to come back to just provide support, because otherwise, yeah, there's too much of a gap here. Jeff has almost certainly decided that he is going to come through the Witch Elf. A grim view of the world. Yeah. So he has indeed swapped. Providing he doesn't snake a dodge. That can get there, that can get around the back. And then this guy goes over the top. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. He's holding position to threaten to swap. No, it's fine. Okay. So this will be go time for Jeff now. Take out the player here and run down the side. That's the easiest line of play, I think. What? Young Jeff. Click going to go there. What's going to go stand there? Can that one get there? Yeah. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. That can actually stand there for the 2D if he wants it. I think I preferred that 2D first. Because this one I think is full of go for it. So I think, yeah. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if you'd have thrown that 2D straight out the gate, this guy could have gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then you could go there, and then suddenly the ball is looking a lot safer. Granted, I think he snakes this, or just chooses not to put the reroll into it. But there was a safer line of play. Jeffaze is in. Sadly, this is 2 into 2 uphill. Where's the ball going? Not the greatest square. Jump over? No, not jump. Wait. Jump over? Hooray! Ledge. And he had a reroll for that last 3-2. This is spicy, PC. Wowee. Wowee. He's using a lot of pieces to clear here. Then he's going to dodge, I guess, and try and 1D this into the crowd, maybe? Huh? Keeping the ball on the field. This comes with a ginormous catch risk. Oh, and he snaked it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow. And there we have it. So we're going to force a third game because I can't cast these in the correct order. So well done to PC on this one. Commiserations to Jeff. Let's jump in and find the third game. I might not even stream the right game next time. Who knows? Replay. Right, where's your last game? Not there. Is it that one? It must be that one. There's a lot of replays for me to wade through on this at this point. Yeah, it's this one. Here we go. Right, game 3. Keithabik says game 3 is a cracker. Well, so this one has overtime if the two teams are drawn at full time, and kicks if the overtime finishes in a draw. Overtime is one full extra half of Blood Bowl, and rerolls are not reset. So both teams at this point, knowing that this is the third game, have to be playing for or prepared for, excuse me, they have to be prepared for 24 turns. And I think the team that's far better equipped for that at this stage is Skaven, given that their number of players there is 13, and they're also rolling around with a Mighty Blow player, and the Dark Elves are playing with 11. Not that we've seen any Dark Elves get casualties yet, but we are seeing only 11 Dark Elves. So, for the first time, the Skaven are receiving. The Skaven didn't seem to give much of a credence to any form of blitz result. Even how narrow they were. Blitzes never happen. No, they only happen to other people, don't they? Interestingly, he doesn't value the extra hit. Just about covered his stripper. This is 3 into 2. Finds the 2. Picks up the block. Probably not oodles of... Wait. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. What on earth are you up to? Let me just pause that for a second. I'm just thinking about these moves here. So these moves, by standing these up, we're saying to the Skaven, fight me, fight me, fight me, fight me. We've got a basing going on here, which is interesting because that can't fight without lots of friends. But then we don't have a base here, which means that this guy is free to run around and cause mayhem. I'm super curious to see where the blitz is, and two, the initial opening of this turn suggests that we're going to try and prevent a Skaven clump before it actually forms. So this is saying that probably these two players want to go into sort of these areas sort of squares, and that leaves me to ponder, like, well, where's the blitz? Is this guy going to come around here and we're going to blitz through here and we're going to put another Witch Elf in? But if we're going to do that, could we have put that guy in, kept this guy out, and then charged him through? I'm super curious what this line of play is. PC, any advance on what that line of play was? Blitz first, so I don't take the space I intended. This line rat is free to wander over. Wow. That was brave. That was a high risk play, that one. What I do like, what you've ended up here, and maybe it was by design, was that you've now gone and split a bunch of Skaven off. 1, 2, 3 here. And if you wanted to, you could then spend next turn keeping a bit of pressure on the ball, just sort of corralling it. But you could probably target down the rat. You could target certainly one of these, and I think you can split the rat ogre up. Blood Bowl's fascinating. So I look at the board and go like, right, I'm going to pick on these and we'll deal with these later. PurpleChest's like, nope, fuck that. We're going straight in. And we're going in hard. Yeah. Okay. Skaven probably needs to swap back into the centre. I think, yeah, I think that they should be able to solve this and then get the ball back over here. Hype says PurpleChest isn't a fan of foreplay. Well, they are a terrible band. Booyah. Right. Surf the little ratty. Yeah, surfing it with having to roll block dice. Glorious. Not coming in round the back yet. Wow. Not, I suppose not unreasonable. Like, this was the sort of play that I think this is what I expect you to be doing. So in the third game, you choose to go for it. Because I've got used to you blitzing the Rat Ogre now. I'm like, yeah, you'll just blitz the Rat Ogre. No Rat Ogre blitz for me. I'm going for that ball. Jeff now in all sorts of bother, but these are Skaven, and if Skaven are good at one thing, that's getting out of bother. Is he? Kaboom. Depending on when the ball goes to third gutter run or fourth gutter run, I might be able to recover this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 9 squares to there. Go for it to get to the ball. But then what are you doing with it? Once you've got it back, what are you actually doing with it here? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Well, Goose, here's a chance, and it is a big one.
Everyone loves magical Trevor, 'cause the tricks that he does
Blimey, that's
are
loud.
ever so clever.
Hello, Trev, and your very loud sound effect. So, stand. 1, 2, 3. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2D, 2D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a much better pop. So this is a reroll question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that is a much better pop. Because if it comes... Well, I suppose actually, if it comes this way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right, there's one can go and fetch it. The downside is you've got to stand this up. So I think actually, where I'm at with this is Blitzer goes in here. Put a go for it into 1, 2. Something needs to tag this. I think I'm coming this way, and then we use this witch elf. I don't actually want to stand this one up, because I think that's my ball carrier. Nice and nice. And it looks like PC agrees with me. And that one. And wrestle. And indeed, that is the right play, because this now can't possibly be a problem. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hand off to the witch elf. Ooh. Blows a reroll. Spicy turn. Can't possibly be a problem except I got excited and played it badly. Well, hang on. Right, let's go back a second, right? Because let's just watch. So we know the blitz is coming in, and here it lands, right? We'll just watch the blitz. We'll watch the blitz piece play through. The wrestle's fine, and then we know the ball is going to go there. At that point, we are sat on 2 rerolls. What do we actually want out of this turn? We probably want the ball to be held on a blodge piece rather than a rodge piece, I think, because he's demonstrated so far that he wants to hit you with the stripper. So hang on, let's just watch that piece play through. Right, ball goes there. We know where the blodge piece can get to, which is here. So if the witch elf could stand in front of the ball, then you're great. The downside of going 1, 2, 3, 4, and then going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and swapping these 2 players over, is that if you snake there or you snake there, the Skaven just take the piss. So I think you've got to play a slightly worse positional game, given the consequence for the positional is way worse. We also know we've got this piece to do something with, potentially at the very end of the turn, or this one. And I think you could go the one that's lying down 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think we can shut that down, and you've got a dodge piece. So I think you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Stay there. Dodge out and stay there. Run that guy round, and then dodge this guy to get around the back. But I don't think that is obvious, and I think it's tricky. Because you did indeed snake here, right? So the worst positional play is protection for the snake, which you do. So I think it's important to go for the snake protection. I think it is. Now, all right, I wouldn't have done it the way you did it, but we weren't a million miles out, and certainly in terms of thought process, we were the same. You'll close the back end. Yeah, I was about to say that the dive bomb there's a 6 and those 3 are 5s. We've just demonstrated a 5+ is all that you need. So it makes a lot of sense. What can the Skaven get done here? Can they potentially maybe force a score? And then if they can force a score, maybe they can 2-turn. They're definitely noticing having no rat ogre. Ooh. And a badly hurt player is Apothecary, and she is back for the next drive. Oh, Pierre, thank you very much indeed for the Prime sub.
Aaron just subscribed with Prime.
Thank you kindly. First time subscriber, thank you very much. Dark Elves, for me, I think you need to be very careful of where you're going here because of the Rat Ogre. He wants to get this Rat Ogre involved. You've gone a long way back. I understand the blitz. I understand the position. And I think we've therefore got to put a line rat probably there. I don't want the sodding thing 4+ dodging. So I think there. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Very totally different turn, right? So I had the line man going standing there. I'm having in blitz in here. None of these things are all happening. Both players playing an entirely different game to the one I foresee. The advantage to the PC player is that the blitz are here, meaning that on his 7 we have an anchor in the middle. Oh dear. That can go anywhere. Oh, PC will walk around this. Yeah. This was all quite stressful. The best way to deal with stressful Blood Bowl is to repeatedly and consistently put yourself into positions of stress, and then they start feeling less stressful in my head. I've noticed now watching your defensive drives, you are very, very keen on that, like, basically stick everyone in a box and ask your opponent to solve. I think perhaps you could have potentially made that in a meat cube. Versus rats, yeah. It's like poisoning yourself to work up an immunity to snake venom. Absolutely, Salamander, yes.
As well as I should like, and I like less than half of you half as well as you deserve.
Oh, completely. Stripper rats are horrendous, right? What's the worst rat? A stripper rat, right? Its little teats just sticking out. Constantly sniping things. Skaven have the potential to go down to 10 here. Wow. Skaven are down to 10. All 8 of them. I know, there's so many stripper rats, isn't there? Well, I suppose that's the problem with them being rats. I understand. Have rats got 8, have they? Wow. Well, they do have quite a large swarm, don't they? Right, so the Skaven are down a player, down a touchdown. At this point, this basically is done, and there is absolutely no way that PurpleChest cannot possibly progress here. I mean, this is so done, in fact, that I don't even know why we're bothering with the rest of the next 8 turns. I mean, how can anyone have a problem from here? So, chat, buckle in. We'll watch this from the Dark Elf perspective, given that it should just be a casual slow roll to the end of the drive. The kickoff event in itself was dull and boring. There was no blitz. There was no player loss. I mean, how do you possibly fuck this up? I mean, make this go wrong from here? Guessing it wasn't. Well, I mean, I don't want to give away the result. I don't want to give away the score. I don't want to give away anything, really. That's a bit of a rubbish start, if I may say. And that is an exposed ball. Just pause for a second here. So we've got a blitz going in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. If you get rid of that, that's just a 3-2 to get the ball. 3-3 to get the ball. Can we get rid of that? Not easily. No. All right. So the Skaven have also rolled a 1 on their Roger. Okay, you might need to see pause when I say pause. All right. What turn is the pause? Wait. What? Okay. 12. A stripper has 12 fucking teats. Oh my god! I mean, that's just milk squirting everywhere. What? What? Why am I pausing this? I've paused it, but what am I pausing for? I mean, what? So we've seen a gutter rat go down the side. He's put a reroll in to get this one boxed in here. This gutter rat is going to try and go down the side here. So here Jeff paused for 2 minutes, complained the UI meant he couldn't move the gutter runner double back, then accepted and misclicked, then resumed. He spent 2 minutes thinking, then did the edge dodge. Okay. Oh, okay, right. So if I just wind it back just a touch, right? Watch where this guy goes. So he goes there, and instead he should be here, right? So I think the misclick, he's clicked this square here when he actually meant this square here, and he's rolled a 1, so he's going to be annoyed about it. And then this gutter runner, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I mean, this is wild. Equally, at this point, if you've just had a UI misclick, in the third game of 3, you're going to be... If you can maintain a level ahead at this point, well, more power to you. Because many people couldn't. There's no way you're putting the reroll. Oh, my word. Right. Yeah. Just a second. Just a memento for a second, Ondo. I'm just going to wind that back so we see this fall over. Or not. Because I think I made a mistake in one of my games. There we go. Right. So that's the turnover. I absolutely made a mistake in one of my turns games recently, where I do not bring anyone back. And I'm just curious here, like, where's the ball going? What are we doing with this guy? Is it going there? Probably. Because you're going to roll, let's say you roll push, right? So that goes there, and you fail to pick the ball up. At least if this guy's here, it's causing some level of discomfort for opponent. You could argue maybe the leader also goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and gets and stands there. That gives you a much stronger base to work with. We should then be able to free here. We got these 2 pieces. We got this piece. We're probably okay. And then we can dig one and use it out afterwards. I like rerolls of the week. Casual 3. Well, that's an incredibly aggressive line of play from the Skaven. Incredibly aggressive. And you're going to want to take that. You're not going to want to take that. You are going to take that. Hooray! He takes that. Skaven regroup. I'm not sure I want to put in players to get him punched here. That's your blitz. He's not going for it. That's the blitz. That. Well, you got yourself a right turn here, haven't you? Punch, push that there, don't follow. Blitz, push that into the Rat Ogre, push the Rat Ogre off, push that off. If it's a POW, happy days, you can then bring these two over. We've already got this guy. We can bring that back in there. We can have a cage. We can have stood here. We can reset the board. At that point, we can probably rush you out as well. So our cage is here and we've reset the board. However, that takes a little bit of thinking through. It also requires the Gutter Runner to not fall over. If the Gutter Runner falls over, then I think you can probably 1D the Rat Ogre with a block piece. Woof. Wow. Whoa. That is a spicy meatball of a turn, that one. Rerolls are for the weak. Rerolls are for the weak. PC had 4 rerolls 2 turns ago. And now they're all eaten. Ephemerally, like tears in a rain. Oh my god. This turn worst. Let's get the ball midfield and going, yeah. Yeah, because I suppose at this point, right, from your perspective, if you can score a second one, it's not done, but it is, well, dare I say it, likely to be a problem. So yeah, I understand the line. The logical thinking here is that if you can get away, it's done. But the Skaven are absolutely pinning you down. I'm not sure I spot any clever chain pushes immediately this turn. Block turns out to be quite a good skill. I think you're 3+ dodging here. Oh, there was the chain push. PC, I haven't actually watched this game other than what we're watching now. But it feels like you're going coin flip. Nope, didn't go wrong this time. Boink. Nope, didn't go wrong again this time. Or over in the corner of a disco, there's this you that is like dancing around. It's like, who's that he's dancing with? Oh, it's just death. You sure? That looks like disaster. No, he's flirting with disaster. Oh, okay. I've never claimed to be any good. Now this is the, I think, if the Skaven can apply any additional pressure here. Oof. Now I can imagine that the thought inside PC's head already is, hold on. It's like going for a challenging, getting stuck in a challenging problem. You just have to hold on and hope that it all stops soon. The dirty rat ogre is going to stop pressurizing me now. That's the first turn where you've looked a lot more stable. Yeah, this is your first... Oh, there you go. I didn't even read your comment, but he's just said in the chat, this is the first time where I look a bit more... I like my shape. Me, yes. And if you're watching this going, well, why is the shape a lot nicer? It's because we've pinned the rat ogre for a turn. We've got a player, then 2 spaces in a player. And we've got a full cage. The rat ogre does actually stand up. And that's fine because that line rat's not going anywhere. Right. 3 more turns to hold this out. Stand that up. Block here. We don't know what the outcome of this is going to be. But what we do know is the witch elf is likely to be still stood up. And if we get the POW, then we can blitz here. Pushing away the tail and probably being able to extricate ourselves. I don't like moving this line rat until we absolutely have to. What other options have we got? We've got a 2 dice block there, which we could open our turn with, which then, if we then stuck that in there, we could block here, and then we could blitz the tackle and we could try and reset, but we are playing devilishly close to the edge then. At that point, we're then going and standing. We're making a box here. You probably could do that. That might be a safer line. Yeah, it might be a safer line. Oh, wow. 2D here. To block with the ball? You're dodging the ball. There's a gap there, PC. There's a gap. Now, as a loving and giving parent, I allow my son to coach the next 2 turns. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Get out of the way, Andy. Oh, I'm in the way. Hang on. Pausing. There you go. There is a hole in this bucket. "3-2 solves the gap." Well, yeah, I mean, I had that player standing up at the start of the turn, so very interesting. Here comes the strip on a 3. He gets the push, but the ball is now bobbled. If the ball goes there, we have a big problem. Ball does not go there. And the rat ogre is roaming around like an absolute monster next turn. So again, this is an absolute corker of a stinker of a terror of a turn. Stand that up. That's going nowhere. She might be going somewhere. Options. 2D block this, pushing it there. Dodge, blitzing here. Boop, 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 bang. Follow. And then we can go here. The problem is that I think this all being stood up means that if you dodge and fail the pickup, you're fucked. The capital. Oh dear. So do you open with a 1 in 9? With no rerolls? Almost certainly not. But if you open with a 1 in 9 and you push this guy away, if you get a POW, that's ridiculous. You can run away. I think with rerolls, you're taking that on every day. Oh, holy shit. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, it's two dodge with dodge. You went for the added 1 in 9 just for a laugh. And he's now got a 3+ over 2 turns to pick it up. So, that winning position we were all talking about at half time doesn't look as winning now, does it? It does not. Looks a little bit kafucked, if you ask me. Oh no! Has Jeff gone and done it? PC question. How much did your head drop at this point? Okay, so you've managed to clear the ball. Or you, well, minus bar doubler skulls, we've cleared the ball. Okay. Don't fuck it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god! I mean, he needs a 3 to... He's going to need a 3 to give the ball... That's a medical staff appointment, if ever I've seen one. So, he needs a 2-up pickup and a 3-up. So he's a 2 and a 3 away from going through. Barring, of course, doubler skulls here. And if he cocks this up, he's going to make the gutter on a handoff a little bit worse. That's just added some dice. What have I just watched? What have I just watched? Oh my god. Oh my god. So, 9 Dark Elves. That was so far for a game of high tension. This was the hardest one that we've seen so far. Dark Elves get the ball, and it is 9 Dark Elves because not all the cows woke up into 10 Skaven. And what's more, we're playing this in professional mode. And professional mode is where nobody has a reroll. Professional mode, also known as Iron Man. PC deciding to pick the ball up just for a laugh. What a lark. Holy moly. Can we hide our leader? He's an elf. He's only got armor 7. We just pausing for 1 second. Granted, this is turn 6-17. That block, we pushed this guy here. That meant that block had to push here. And granted, you're not going to possibly have a cage corner pop open, but this guy's had to go here to protect this. It was a little bit of a concern. And we are going to see the Roger insertion system in full effect. And that is where you take your Roger and you fully insert it into the Dark Elf cage. And you see what happens. This is some good touching. I think that goes there. That actually isn't doing very much. And unlike in the previous drive, the Dark Elves can't just step backwards now because they're going to have to make some forward progress. And over the course of sort of 6, 7, 8 turns, if they keep stepping back and keep stepping back, the Roger insertion system is going to fire. Here it comes again. Now a break. That's a nice place for the guard. Inflicting maximum misery. And then once you put the guard in there, you want to be touching like here and here probably with these two. Because if you touch here and here, then you're leaving PC with no choice but to throw the wandies. So I know that the stripper doesn't want to be exposed, but I think that the stripper would be doing more work there and that guy being in here somewhere.
Booty, 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 rocking
Hello, Ajax.
rocking everywhere, rocking everywhere.
Ball is unsafe. Ball could possibly have gone there, maybe. Oh. Is this the turn the Skaven we're looking for? Let's have a quick look and see what can be done. So we already have Wandy on the ball. If this stands up, sure. The Gutter Runner can run around here. The Wrestle Gutter Runner can then throw a 2D here. And if it's a knockdown of any description, that doesn't help us at all because this guy's stuck. I don't know what time bank is. Let's assume that we've got very little in the way of time bank. There's a 2D there that pushes the Rat Ogre out to a degree. If the Rat Ogre then went there... This is a really complicated turn. This is a really interesting but complicated turn. Deliciously so, given the fact there's no rerolls.
Qvuter just subscribed with Prime.
Thank you very much indeed, Qvuter. I wonder if there is the play here. You push that there, you push that Rat Ogre there. Yes, the Rat Ogre probably is. I think it's go and fetch, stand this up, Gutter Runner goes around here, block there. This guy can then block here on 3 dice. If that's gone down. If that hasn't gone down, then I think I'm bouncing my Rat Ogre. No, no, I'm not doing any of those things. I am blocking here, I am blitzing here, and then this damn thing's going there, and I'm taking a 2D. But... looks like we've seen a reprieve, because that was a very early turnover. The man's going to get up to go stand over there. And then we are going to absolutely hair-arse it this way. And there's not even a reliance on anything happening, so that can stand up. That needs to stand up. Interesting. So I really like that just being stood there, and I appreciate that the line rat can come and be mildly irritating this way. But I'm playing a more passive line. BC, I think you're okay here. Yeah, I think you're going to be okay. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Interesting, the cage is not there. Your setting for the cage being... You're not... Wait, what? Holy moly. You're hitting the stripper. That's an important block, because that's a 4 up for 2 uphill. Whoa! That was very important. Rat Ogre's relevant again. The tackle guy can come back. At this point, I think the Skaven are probably best advised to play for force the score as the game plan, and then see if they can get a 1 or a 2 turn in. Yeah, the 3-2 does work sometimes when you need it to. Right. We do not want to be scoring on turn 22. That would be horrendous. I think we want to be back over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, bang, 5. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've then got 1, 2, 3, 4 players free, 5 basically free. We should be able to make a box here. And we get to have a free 2D on the guard. Or we can try and really double down on our camping in this area here. We are going to double down on our camping. Woo! Hang on, you're any of these people. I am all of these people. I am a man of the people. A modern day hero, if you will. Is the stripper coming in? The stripper is coming in, ladies and gentlemen. And the stripper has not made it. And we're going to see yet more stalling. And this time, it's totally safe because we can block here, we can blitz here, and then we can make this a box. And then it's done. Touch my ball now. Yeah, it's okay. It's done. He can't get you. Where's the tackle guy? Where is... Oh, he's at Kafooked. Yeah. So he's playing for damage because he's going to have a turn 24. So I say it's done. This drive is done. There is going to be another... There is still going to be a one turn. How have you still got 10 players? How have you still got 10 players? All right, so he's going for the whole method. But what you do is you run in, you block here, and you push him into the Rat Ogre, and the Rat Ogre then does the rest. We get a little casual high kick. So this one turn is very on. This just needs to be a push. And it's now very off, because that had to be a push. So that is a GG. So there we have it. Congratulations to PurpleChest. He makes it through to the next round. So we can have a quick look at the World Championship standings now. And that means that we have two people now who know that they're playing in the second round and they know their opponent. So it's Tector at the bottom with PurpleChest advancing. So it's going to be Lizards versus Dark Elves. And we've got just above that, we've got Amazons versus Elven Union as the bottom quarter sorted. Let's go and have a look at a game that I watched a little bit of the first game. And this looks absolutely insane. And we're going to go over to Toast Guy versus Dastardly Dan.